everyone, it's Jen here, and today I am back with this Disney watercolor coloring book. I've gone through this coloring book quite a lot, but I still do have some pictures, as you can see. But I noticed that I have two pictures of Alice unlike other girls, so I decided to paint one of the two that I have of hers, and this is the one that I chose. And as you can see, I'm separating the bottom portion just because it's just so much easier to work with. If I have the circles separated, they turn into paint, as you probably know by now. And I also grabbed my watercolor palette because I really love having more options and colors, and also the pigmentation is so much better. And as you can see, I started off by painting her skin. It just is kind of a habit at this point, and I made a mistake of coloring her legs. That actually was supposed to be left white because she wears this like white legging stocking, but I forgot. But actually I'm kind of glad I did paint that area, just because I think it looked better with just more colors in the picture rather than like leaving more spaces white. So that worked out actually pretty well. And I grabbed pink and I gave her little blushes, and also I grabbed that color to color in her lips. Also framed her eyes just to make it pop a little bit and make it a little bit more interesting as well. I used that also to kind of darken certain areas as well, and it kind of came together pretty nicely. And I also grabbed the yellow that came with the book. It's a very vibrant, obnoxious yellow, but I think it's fun and it's really pretty. And I grabbed the more like darker yellow I have from my palette to shade in different areas of her hair. After that, I grabbed the blue that came with the book, and this blue is very pale, bright, just like the yellow that I came with, and I really like it just because the blue that I have in my palette is really dark and kind of dusty. So working these two colors together worked out really well. And I don't think I used my watercolor palette for the previous picture of Alice I painted, so I think this one came out better than my previous one of Alice. Now I jumped on to coloring Dinah, and Dinah is such a cute cat. I really love the color combination on this kitty. It's just so much more interesting than the typical ones that I would see normally or more often. So painting her was a lot of fun, but also a little hard, but that was okay. But yeah, trying to find the right shade was a little tricky process, but I enjoyed it. But because she's so small, it was kind of hard to make it a little more interesting by giving darker areas and stuff, but I tried my best and I think it turned out pretty okay. And I actually didn't color in Alice's ribbon, her bow, and also her shoes, because I wanted to use color pencils to just, you know, color those areas, because I didn't want to try to make black paint. But also I felt like if I was to, it's going to be too dark and be too overpowering, so I thought using the color pencils later would work out fine. So instead I jumped onto coloring the little flowers on the ground. And after that I was thinking like what I should do for the background. I kind of fell into a little dilemma trying to come up with an idea, and I decided that I was just gonna turn it into a little grassy patch. But instead of trying to make it evenly as possible, which is what I have done before, I decided to purposely kind of try to make it a little more interesting by adding little textures in my own way, and not really worry about blending or making it smooth, but rather kind of emphasize on being random and making random strokes and stuff like that. So it was a little bit of a different experiment, but I really like how it turned out. But I wanted to have like more of the grass so that they actually look like they're inside and they're kind of covered, surrounded. So I decided to add bigger grassy patches as well, and also even painted over like her legs and the kitty a little bit as well, just so that they look like they're inside. Anywho, after the paint completely dried, I grabbed my color pencil, and the black one, and as I said I would do, I painted, or I colored in her ribbon, also her shoes. And it's not my favorite thing, but it's okay. After that I grabbed my white gel pen, which always saves the day normally, and it also kind of did. It always makes the picture more interesting, so I just added random highlights. Don't really have a specific strategy in the way I do this. I just like to draw little lines and dots in the way that I want, and I think might look good. And I also drew little lines inside on the grass as well, and I think I really like it. It looks really random if you look at it too closely, but just kind of glancing over it, I really like it. So from this picture, my favorite part of it is the grassy area actually, which is kind of sad maybe, I don't know. But this is how it turned out at the end, and I'm happy with it. So it was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and take care, and goodbye!